All right, section 5.6 is the real zeros of a polynomial function. And the first problem, we're given if f of negative 3, if f of x is 4x squared minus x. Okay, so we have f of x is 4x squared minus x. And we want to find f of negative 3. So we're going to be replacing x with a negative 3. That is 4 times negative 3 squared minus negative 3. All right, so evaluating, we get 4 times 9, because you square the negative 3. Minus a negative becomes plus 3. So 4 times 9 gives us 36 plus 3 will give us 39. So when x is negative 3, y is 39. All right, question number 2. We want to factor the given polynomial. So we want to recall what it means to factor. It's been a little while since we've done any factoring, so this will be good practice. So we have 15x squared plus 2x minus 8. All right, so we want to first factor out the greatest common factor of 15, 2, and 8. These numbers have nothing in common other than 1. These two have 2, but we need something that they all 3 can be divided by. All right, so since we cannot factor out a common factor, we will multiply the leading coefficient in the constant term. So that is 8 and 15, and that will give us 120. Now I know it will be a negative 120, but the sign is not important here. So what we want to do now is we want to list the factors of 120 to see the two that when subtracted will give us 2. Okay, so we can list all of them, 1 and 120, 2 and 60, and we can keep going down the list, but when we subtract them, we need a difference of 2. All right, and as we keep going down, I know that, what I want to say, 10 times 12 will get us what we need. 10 times 12 is 120, and if we subtract these two numbers, we know we're subtracting whatever this sign at the back tells you what to do, either to add or subtract. So being that it's a minus, we subtract, and these two will give you 120, so that means that this problem will factor. So then I do 2 sets of parentheses. This is incorrect, but I don't know whether to put 1 and 15 or 3 and 5, or it could be 5 here and 3 here. So we're going to put 15 in both just to kind of take out the guesswork. We're going to separate the x squared, so we'll put an x here and an x here. At the back, we're going to put the two factors that we found, 10 and 12. Order does not matter. And then going left to right from your original problem, the first sign is positive. That tells you your larger number being of these two. So 12 is larger, it will be positive. The second sign tells me that they are different. Positive means these would be the same sign as this. Negative, they're a different sign. So this is positive, this has to be negative. That's the difference. And lastly, we have to correct what we messed up. So they're not supposed to both be 15. In order to correct that, we will divide both 15 and 10 by the largest common factor. Both these numbers can be divided by 5. So we will divide them by 5, and that will leave us with 3x minus 2. And we just get rid of that 5. It corrects the error of putting 15 in both. And then over here, the largest common factor between 15 and 12 would be 3. So we divide by 3, and that gives us 5x. Divide by 3, that gives us plus 4. So this is the factored form. If you FOIL this back together and check, it should give you what we originally started with. And so this is the polynomial factor. So that would be 3x minus 2, and then 5x plus 4.